You know, Wednesdays can be described as a day, or rather days that ooze pure excitement.
Yep.
It's our Woman Crush Wednesday, Wonder Woman Wednesday, the day we women of Wake Up Nigeria take over the show.
Yes, absolutely. And it's always a mind-blowing, overwhelming experience on Wednesdays right here as we make it a point of view to make sure that you have a great time right here with us.
Did, of course, we're not alone,
no.
Okay?
No.
We have the delectable and electrifying somewhere around. The post she's trying to strike is not striking well, so don't worry, you see us.
You know what they say, third time is always the charm, and of course is the third day of the week right here on your premium breakfast show, and we're here to make sure we give you the very best of entertainment and infotainment.
Yes, so I must warn you. I must warn you. We can be quite addictive, but trust me, we're the right kind of addiction, and we also have the antidote to make things the way it should be. So if you're feeling like you need to join the vibe, you're spot on.
In fact, you don't have to just join us. Join us right here. We're here for you.
Yes. Come on,
and of course, in a very funny way, you definitely can say that we are your doctors for all cases when it comes to pure family entertainment.
Wow,
yes,
we're feeling quite poetic.
Very, very poetical.
Okay, now remember that if you do not sacrifice for what you want will become the sacrifice, all right? So go out there and make the best of this Wednesday. Remember, Christmas is just a few days away. I'm saying few days, but it's actually like
it's few days.
More than a couple of weeks away.
Maybe it's few days.
But don't worry, we're rooting for you. We're sure Christmas will be fantastic.
Yeah.
My name is Mary Bashua Alimi.
And my name is Winfrey Agbaleshe. Remember, you can use the hashtag Wakeupnigeriaontvc across all social media handles, and make sure you do join the conversation online.
Yes, remember, you can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere across the world.
Yeah.
And that's through our mobile app. You can download that from the Android stores and iOS, okay?
Of course, and make sure you also join us on GOTV. Watch us live, channel 27, and on UHF, channel 49.
Please follow us. Yes, follow at TVC Connect. We want you on our business. Yes, we want you in on it. We are TVC Connect on all social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all the works.
Tinder. Did you say Tinder?
What are we looking for? Okay, let's go there. We have a fully packed show that is going to be on full throttle, and every moment is going to be mind-boggling. So let's check out what we have in stock.
Yeah, so now a few years ago, right, Peace Edge discovered a certification course called Family System Engineering. While trying to deal with marital issues due to the past unresolved pains, Peace was intrigued with how she could connect with the lessons as a result of her experience in life. And years down the line, Peace has been able to provide solutions to her personal issues and also help countless people deal with issues, and of course successfully so, to manage their space by living happily against all odds. Today, she'll be joining us to talk about communication and relationships.
And for weekly dose of DIY, we are joined by Oyin Onorinde, and as usual, we'll be learning a thing or two from her about hair. Lagos Dog Carnival is put together by My Dog and I Group. Today, we'll be having a conversation with them. Jackie Dimogu was a Nollywood actor and producer who took a break from movies to pursue passion for animals. So we'll find out more about that in the course of the show. Time for the news update on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mary Bashua Alimi. It's about 80 days to the start of the 2023 general elections, and with 18 candidates jostling for the position of president of the country, we have Demola Lawrence bringing us reports on INEC's preparation towards this.
Buhari of the All Progressives Congress, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared winner.
2 weeks after the presidential and federal legislative elections on February 25, 2023, it will be the turn of governorship poll with 18 political parties fielding 837 candidates and their running mates for the 28th governorship elections. Also on that day, March 11, 2023, the State Assembly election will also take place with 10,231 candidates vying for 993 State Assembly seats. While these elections are very critical, The electoral body says the series of recent attacks on its facility and a spate of fake news are major challenges confronting the commission ahead of the 2023 general election, which is 80 days away.
We continue to partner with the media, not only as a key stakeholder in the electoral process, but also as a viable tool for combating misinformation, fake news, and malicious falsehood.
But for the political parties, it has been a politics of political rhetorics, character assassination, defamation, and worse still, concocted fake news. Many political analysts advocate that the campaign should majorly be on issues affecting the country instead of throwing tantrums by different spokespersons of the political parties.
Doesn't mean that the vice president is the second most powerful by virtue of the constitution. No, it's not true. It's protocol. And that is what the law says.
It is unfortunate that Keyamo, who I question is senior advocate of Nigeria, because nobody who was properly taught, who is properly brought up, will sit down and renegade the office of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and even a lawyer for that matter.
It's been a cyber war among the many supporters. The batified, the articulate, obedient, or the Kwankwasia are not exempted from the vice on social media. For most political analysts who are monitoring the Nigerian political space, both locally and globally, the campaign has been drifting toward ethnic and religious sentiment, which many frown at.
It doesn't need a Yoruba candidate or an Igbo candidate. This is what the Northerners need.
Almost the whole of Yoruba race is about 50-50% Muslim Christian. Almost all the states. That is Yoruba land. But in Osun State, for example, a Christian ticket just won.
Every 4 years, commentators are quick to say it is election like no other. Whether this is a cliche or indeed a reality, 80 days from today, time will tell. Ademola Lawrence, TVC News, Lagos.
And that's it on the news updates for this hour on Wake Up Nigeria. There's so much more to come. To stay with us.
Thank you for staying with us. My name is Winfrey Agbulishi. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. It's time for us to take some newspaper headlines. I'm starting today with The Guardian. And for the major head here, we have Nigeria to spend 160% of revenue on debt service in 2027, World Bank warns. And for the runners here, we have Ghana's default raises fear about Nigeria's fate. World Bank pushes for aggressive reform to save economy. 70% of bank loans go into state projects. Poor countries' debt service payments to stop $62 billion, says reports. And right below the masthead there, we have CBN places restrictions on cash withdrawals beginning January 9th. We have that on page 3. Invisible challenge, NCC warns TikTok users on information stealing malware. We have that on page 3 as well. Aregbesola loyalist sees hostilities moves to rebuild Osun APC after Oyetola's defeat. We have that on page 5. Right beside that, we have controversy trails new correctional facility as firm demands land compensation from NCOS. We have that on page 4. And moving down below the image there, we have Kathan House, Tinubu tired. Chatham House, Tinubu tired. Should take deserved rest, says Atiku's aide. We have that on page 6. And beside that, we have Boko Haram kill 33 wives of ISWAP fighters. We have that on page 9. And that's all we'll be taking for The Guardian. I'll be moving quickly on right now to the Punch newspaper. And there for the major headlines, we have New Naira. Customers, companies panic as CBN slashes withdrawal limits. We have that on page 2. For the runners, we have over-the-counter weekly withdrawals, 100,000 naira for individuals, 500,000 naira for firms. POS terminal operators plan a nationwide protest, says policy will kill businesses. I want a quick break. And when we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues.
Now that her leadership has decided to grace your screen this morning, we welcome you, MM.
Thank you very much.
And then And then, of course, we'll
She's
have
a
Winfrey.
character.
She's in fact, she's in our mood today. We'll have Winfrey tell us what we'll be discussing this morning.
Why me? If I say no, go.
Okay, then we'll be looking at each other and be smiling.
So, I mean, social media is something that we do for just to pass away time and get some entertainment. So I was actually scrolling through social media very recently, and I saw this post. Let me just read it, right? So my pregnant friend asked for divorce after her husband buys his mother a car. She said, I can't be carrying your baby and walking with my legs while your mother drives the car. What is your opinion? So now, somebody now replied and said, Josephine, you don't have any pregnant friend. If anyone is pregnant, it's you. ... with lies. Okay, you know what? We're not talking about the clout-chasing value of this particular post. We want to talk about the top of it, right? That speaks about, I mean, her supposed husband buying the mother a car and while she's pregnant with his baby. So now, this also brings me to another post that I actually saw of someone talking about a lady breaking up with her man that she told her friends was literally it for her, like 100 over 100, because his car was old. So now the question for me is, what really is the deal breaker these days?
With cars.
Yeah, with
Especially with cars.
and then with ridiculous
And then
things.
the front seats. You know, there are different angles when it comes to the car.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I wonder, isn't a car's purpose to take you from point A to point B? Why is there so much drama over? And I see some people saying you shouldn't marry a man that doesn't have a car.
Exactly.
Even if it's an old car. They say you should. What's your take on this?
Well, I thought you were going to take this one.
No, we want you to take it on. You're just joining us, so we want to hear your voice.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so first, pressure. Yeah, there's that societal pressure. Everyone is feeling, some people, you have social media now who's not even doing, doing more harm than good when it comes to societal pressure. That's one of the reasons why oftentimes I stay away from Instagram, right? I'd rather be on Twitter because I believe that there's a lot of conversations that's helpful for my mental health, that's good for my mental health. On Twitter. Yes.
Hey,
than on Instagram. There's a lot of things that social media has become a way where a mode for people to express their full lives that they wish they had, lives that they dream of having, but do not actually have. So that pressure is getting, is even making a lot of people even, lose their mental health, is affecting them psychologically. That's what would make someone say, oh, okay, I want a car. My friends have a car. I don't have a car. Do you understand?
So now there's that part of things. So there's now the part of, okay, fine, to what extent, right? Because there are several issues where some people complain that the man, instead of focusing on taking care of your family, you channel all those resources to your parents, right? You had a very interesting take. I would like to actually hear.
Okay,
I'd like
so
you to hear
here's
on
my
that
take.
issue.
I know it's going to be unpopular. I usually don't like to start my statements negatively, but I know this one will be unpopular.
Yeah.
But I've always thought, allow your spouse do what they want for their parents.
Yeah.
There's a regret that comes with losing your parents and not being able to give as much as you could have.
Yes.
Perhaps because of your own family and stuff, which is why many people marry late, especially guys, because they want to do enough for their family before having to do for their wives. I know for a man, the moment you're married, your primary responsibility, your wife and your children.
Your immediate family.
Yes, but the reality is your parents still exist. Your parents also did a lot for you. So even for a woman, you should be able to do stuff for your parents if you can. So if a man is buying a car for his mom before his wife, personally, I see nothing wrong with it. Yes. At some point, he will still buy a car for his wife.
What if he never buys the car for?
She will buy it for herself.
Buy it for herself. She's a human being.
We are all, these days, we don't wait for stuff like that.
She's not a funny show.
Yeah, she will buy for herself if he feels it.
And I feel a lot of women should actually play the role of even advising their husbands to do more for their family. Because the truth is, when you get him in that mood, he'll do more for you as well. All right?
Another angle.
That's always
well. Right, we need to take a break now. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit. Do join the conversation on social media.
You're still tuned in to Wake Up Nigeria. Thanks for staying with us, people. It's the kitchen segment, and with me in the kitchen, making her debut on the show, is Chef Waliat. You're welcome. Good morning. Good morning. So she's an expert when it comes to making of small chops. And this morning, She's got quite a few small chop recipes to share with us. And so we have spring rolls, we have the samosas, we have the
corn dogs,
hot dogs. But this morning, you'll be teaching us how to make the fillings for what?
Samosa.
The samosas. So please run through the ingredients.
So this is the minced meat.
Okay.
This is the shredded carrots.
Okay.
So this is the spring onions. So we are using this for garnishing.
Okay.
So we have our sesame seed for garnishing. We have our salt. We have our seasoning, our pepper, and these are our curry masala.
Oh, curry masala. And I see we have our soy sauce, eggs.
Yeah.
We have our vegetable oil. We have our flour. We have green peas.
Yeah.
And onions, ginger, and chicken. So this fried chicken, what is this for?
So we are just to like a protein for the small chops. You know, when you are eating your small chops, you can just
there's that protein in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Well, of course, you also have other proteins as well in your small chops. Now let's begin the process for our samosa fillings. I'll be honest with you, samosas are my favorite when it comes to small chops. Those little things are the only things that I actually look forward to when I have my pack of small chops. So I'm pretty excited about this recipe. Let's get it started. Okay, guys, if you missed out on it earlier on, it's right there on your screen. Check it out. If it's something that you want to try out this weekend, please do not forget to tag us on all our social media platforms at TVC Connect. Send a picture, share a video. We would love that. So Waliet is about to begin the process for the samosa filling. So what do you need? I'm your sous chef. Use me.
Okay, thank you. So you can just eat.
Okay, so I'm going to put that on for you.
Yes.
Now, do you need a bowl for the fillings to mix all of the fillings in?
No, I'm mixing everything in the pot.
Oh, okay, okay. So we're just going to wait for this to come up. And, okay, you know what, guys? Let's even create more excitement with our kitchen segment this morning. I would like to know, what is your favorite small chop, right? Is it the mosas? We have the mosas, right?
Yes.
We have the spring rolls. We have the samosas. We have the hot dog roll.
Yes.
I've not been able to get it. What do you call the hot
Corn
dog?
dogs.
Corn dogs,
Yeah.
right. That's what they are called. Is it the corn dogs? Is it the snails? Mike Mesikeno loves the snails. And that's the only thing he looks forward to in a pack of small chops. And then the chicken, right. Right, great. Okay, so you let me know what your favorite small chops is, you know, in the pack of small chops, right? Yeah, so please go ahead. What do you need?
Okay, so we'll be stir
Okay, so we'll just wait for the pan to heat up, right?
Then
Okay.
we'll stir fry. We are
All
stir
right.
frying.
So what exactly are we stir frying?
So first of all, we are starting with our minced meats.
Okay.
So after, when it is done,
Okay.
then we'll go in with our peas and runner beans.
Okay.
So then we had our shredded
Carrots. Okay.
Then we had our spices and seasonings. Then the spring onions goes in last.
Okay.
Yeah, for the flavor.
Okay.
Then and the soy sauce too.
And the soy sauce.
So we are using light soy sauce.
Light sauce. You know, this is quite different because I never knew that you could actually use soy sauce in your samosa fillings. I guess it gives it that extra kick that it needs. And then, so for us, our spices here, what flavors are we working with?
So these are for the puff-puff, you know, puff-puff.
Oh, we're still, okay.
We are making puff-puff.
Okay.
So the puff-puff is already mixed already. We are
Okay,
only adding
in this
water.
pack, right?
Yes,
so what do we have in here?
So we have the flour, we have the milk, we have the flavor, we have the yeast, and if you can add pepper later.
Oh, if you like.
If you like.
Oh, I would love pepper in my puff-puff.
Yeah,
You
we
can
have pepper
be
for
rest
you.
assured. Then the ginger, what is this for? Is this for the samosa fillings as well?
Yes, for the samosa
Okay,
fillings.
so our pans are heating up. We're going to
Yes.
begin our samosa fillings in a bit. So we have our mincemeat and our carrots and all the veggies going into that pot, and we're going to stir fry them till they're ready to go. While we're getting things ready here in the kitchen, let's head over to the couch for some relationship discussion with Winfrey.
Now, a few years ago, Peace Egede discovered a certification course called Family Systems Engineering while trying to deal with marital issues due to a past unresolved pain, Peace was intrigued with how she could connect with lessons as a result of her experiences. Now, I mean, she definitely found this as a solution and decided to not only use this to help herself, but to use this to help other people. Peace is here with us today, and she's talking about communications and relationships. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, now, I'm good. Not bad at all. So now, you went through something, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, that led you to this point where you felt the need to actually have something that will help couples probably dealing with the same thing as yourself. Do you mind sharing that experience with us?
Okay, so what I was referring to from what you read is childhood upbringing, childhood trauma. How childhood trauma could possibly affect your relationship and your marriage with your partner. And the issues I had with my partner was as a result of communication to a large extent. My communication method was quite aggressive.
It's quite aggressive.
So it was affecting the relationship.
Oh, wow.
Now, we really don't discuss or teach people communication in this part of the world.
Very
so
true.
that affected a lot. And I realized along the line after my training and my learnings that actually I'm an aggressive communicator, more like a passive aggressive communicator, and I needed to do better by shifting from being a passive aggressive to becoming an assertive communicator. And that really helped me put my relationship and my marriage back in shape. And that's taught me that there is really no relationship that can't be resolved. You know, there's no relationship that can be resolved. It requires patience and understanding. No two people are the same. I am not the same with my partner, and there's no problem with that. We are fine with it. It's just for us to be able to live with our differences.
Yeah, very true. I mean, that makes a whole lot of sense. Now, while you were speaking, I noticed you mentioned two types of communication: assertive communication and passive-aggressive communication. Are there other types? Are there other types of communications, and can you tell us?
So we have 4 major types of communication. We have the passive, the aggressive, the passive-aggressive, and the assertive communication.
Yeah, now let's break it down. Let's start with that. I think I already have an idea of where I'm falling and where a lot of Nigerians falling as well. So can you run us through briefly, quickly?
So when we talk about passive communication is more or less like you being present, and you allow people to take advantage of you without you being able to express yourself to the fullest, you know. So for example, I'm talking to you and I'm talking down at you and you're just looking at me. You can't express yourself. Why? Because you're too afraid to speak your mind, or you do not have what it takes to express yourself. Then an aggressive person, an aggressive communicator is the one that just comes at you. And they just believe that it's all about them.
It's all about them.
Life is about them, and it's either you take their way or nothing. So that's just how aggressive communicators behave. They are not very accommodating. Then the passive-aggressive is the one that pretends to be listening to you, but they are not.
Which one is worse?
So they pretend to be listening to you. Everything you're saying, they are nodding, you know, and you find that a lot in relationships. You see people just, so when they get tired of each other, you just see a lot of that nodding going on. And whatever you say is fine, but at the end of the day, I'll do what I want to do, and there's really nothing you can do about it.
It's true.
So that's a passive-aggressive communicator. Then the assertive communicator is the one that puts you into consideration while trying to express how they feel to you without taking you for granted. I don't know if that made sense to you. So I'm trying to communicate who I am to you. So you're telling me, oh, pink is beautiful. I think you should wear pink simply because you love pink. And then it's left for me to say something like, you know what? I love pink on you. It's so pretty. I love the way it looks on you. However, I'm not a pink person. And you should be fine with it. And that's me being self-aware and understanding that this is who I want to be, and I should be able to speak who I am and live by it.
Amazing. I mean, I've learned so much in just how many minutes of talking with you, and you should come every day on this show. Okay, so now you also spoke about how you feel like childhood traumas also affected your mode of communication. Can you shine more light on that?
Okay, so imagine yourself growing up with aggressive parents or aggressive guardians, and they tried communicating with you, but they're communicating, but not assertively. So when, for example, you want to wake a child up and you're shouting, wake up, you're hitting the child.
Yes.
Trying to say, will you wake up? You know, so we have parents that play music to wake their children up. We have parents that just rub and the child wakes up. But when you are too aggressive, you are implanting, you are teaching the child a habit, because you are the immediate teacher the child has.
Very true.
You're the immediate teacher the child has, and whenever the child does something wrong, you kept a decoration and the child just comes, messes everything up, and you're screaming, you're shouting, what kind of nonsense is this? How dare you, you know? And we see this behavior showing up when we become adults, unintentionally, because they have been in us unconsciously and we didn't deal with them. And even those that are able to deal with those habits, they still see them coming up every now and then, every once in a while. So it's a constant and conscious effort to be better than who you used to be. Because you find out that being aggressive to people, if you have sensitive people around you, you're messing them up.
Now, because from what you said you realized you were an aggressive communicator, right? So now let's bring it down to relationships, because we don't have so much time, right? Aggressive parenting can cause aggressive children or passive children that now bring all that into relationships. So now how can we balance communication properly in relationships?
First, you need to be self-aware. You need to accept and agree. A lot of people live in denial. You need to accept and agree that, yes, it's true, I'm guilty. Then solution comes to you once you accept. It's normal. I mean, the universe just sends solutions to you once you agree. And once that happens, you have laid the foundation for better communication with your partner. And when you try communicating from that time onward, you realize that you're more conscious of what you're saying to your partner. And your partner is also aware that, okay, we're trying to build something, we're trying to make something work. So I'm also conscious, I'm aware that, okay, we're trying to communicate, not fight.
Not fight.
So let's make this work.
Let's make this
work. That awareness will help you start on a clean slate and build a healthy relationship
on it. Amazing. Like, I wish this session could go on forever, but we're short on time. However, I'm glad that you're coming again next week, right? So we're definitely going to continue this conversation next week. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I hope you learned a thing or two, at least types of communication, right? We're going on a quick break right now. When we come back, so much more to come on Wake Up Nigeria. Do stay tuned.
What's a party without small chops, right? And I'm sure that a lot of our celebrants who will be having their birthday parties would definitely have small chops, you know, as part of the jekuje that will be eaten. Anyways, welcome guys. It's the kitchen, and with me is Chef Waliat. And this morning she's making for us small chops, right? Great. Let's run through the ingredients once again, Waliat, and let's get to where you're at. Are we?
Yeah, so fillings are almost done. We're on the second part, the carrots. We started from stir-frying the beef, the minced beef. I added the fresh ginger and garlic. Now, then the minced beef go in, then the seasoning and salt to taste. Then I added for some minutes, I stir-fried the minced beef. Then I added the carrots.
The shredded carrots. Good.
Yes.
Now, is that it for the fillings?
Now the
spring onions.
No, the runner bean and peas are going in now.
Okay, great. All right. So now that is our fillings for our samosa.
So then our spring onions.
And then our spring onions.
Yeah.
Great. So before you added the minced meat, did you use a little bit of vegetable oil?
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
okay.
a little bit.
So how long are we going to leave this?
Just few seconds. Let's say 1 minute.
Just a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are going to let this stir fry a bit. If you missed out on the ingredients earlier on, it's coming on your screen in a bit. There you have it. Great. So for our samosa fillings, you want to run through the ingredients once again?
Okay, the samosa fillings, the minced beef, ginger and garlic paste, the seasoning and salt, your green peas and runner beans, your spring onions and your shredded carrots.
I see that you're about to add our soy sauce.
Yes, that comes in last.
And this is actually the light soy sauce. The light soy sauce, not the dark one, because the dark one seems to be quite strong.
Yes.
And you don't want to have...
So just little.
Nice.
Just to give that aroma.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Looks good already. So I see here that you already mixed puff.
Yes.
Okay, so what do we have in here?
We have our flour, our sugar, our yeast. Then we have our milk in, and we have our flavor too.
Okay, what flavor did you use?
I use milk flavor, and I also use vanilla.
Vanilla and milk flavor.
Yeah.
So we have all of them in here. What exactly did you do after you mixed all the dry ingredients in?
I just mix water.
Okay, and then?
Just water.
And then you stirred it, because I saw you stir.
I stir it.
All right, so now what are we waiting for?
So we are just going to cover for like 30 minutes
wow,
to
that's
rise.
a long time. Okay,
But
so we are going to wait for it to rise.
Yes, so it may not take up to that.
Oh, nice. Okay, so we are going to leave this open so that everyone can see while we wait for it to rise.
Our
Samosa fillings is almost ready.
Yes.
Okay, great. So are we taking that off?
Yes.
Okay. So I see that you already have a few wrapped here, but would you like to show us how to wrap it?
Yes.
Because, I mean, this is a skill.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So we're going to begin frying our samosas in a bit. Spring rolls, like I said earlier on, we are making small chops. And Chef Waliat has been hard at work, of course. It's the top of the hour, people. It's upon us, I know. Went by in such a jiffy. We have to go now. But we'll be right back in a bit.
Welcome back, and we're here at it again. Now, every new day is an opportunity to reset the fabric of time itself and have a go at life once again. Fully refreshed, and I must say, it feels good to be right here in front of your television screens once again.
Yes, sir, we the ladies are definitely on our superhero mode.
Yep.
And you can see all the excitement in the air. If you're wondering why, well, there's so much more. That's what I'll tell you. There's so much more from where that came from.
Definitely.
All you have to do is stay tuned, okay?
Of course, and it makes all the difference, putting smiles on your face. And of course, the next 45 minutes, we'll be doing just that and so much more.
Okay, talking about doing stuff. My dear, what is happening in that kitchen this morning?
What is happening? I'm like, why are they using all the small chops we're making?
As in,
It
like,
looks like we're cooking for a party. A whole entire party.
Small chops about to hit you into 2023.
Wow.
Yeah, but Chef Wyatt has got it covered. I mean, she's doing a great job. Well done. Well done.
You know, when she talked about hit you straight to 2020, I was just thinking, it'd be nice to pass Christmas. Like,
no,
jump in,
what's that, please? No.
Jump past it.
Not at all.
Because this Christmas is looking
It's Christmasing.
In
fact. Okay, so moving on. You know what they say about the same boiling water that softens the potato,
hardens the egg.
Hardens the egg.
Ah, Mary.
You heard that one, Abi?
Mary.
It's what you're made of that matters. So tell me, which are you, a potato or an egg?
Please, I'm a dish of potato and egg. Thanks. On a good day, I can be potato. On a good day, my day, it's all shades, all types. Talking about cooking, we definitely have seen amazing stuff happening over the kitchen. So make sure you stay tuned because so much more happening here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Winfrey Agboleshe.
And my name is Mary Basho Alimi. The show goes on and it only gets better.
Yes.
So remember, you can use the hashtag Wakeupnigeriaontvc across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian television.
And remember, you can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere across the world through our mobile app that you can download from Google Play Store or the iOS.
Now, you can also watch us on GOTV channel 27 and on UHF band 49.
Yeah.
Now, for what's left on the show.
And for our weekly dose of DIY, we're definitely joined with Onyi on Narrowing Day. And as usual, we'll be learning a thing or two from her about hair.
Now, the Lagos Dog Carnival is almost upon us. It's put together by My Dog and I group, and of course, that's a non-profit pet service company founded by actor Jackie Idimogu. Today, we'll be hearing about all of the dog fair and so much more, really.
And of course, Betha Mary Oke is known as BM Baby. She is a songwriter and actress. And of course, her singing career started at a very tender age from school. And she was also a singer in church, after which she moved on to become a professional singer. She will be definitely performing here for us in a bit.
Okay, so that song actually applies to the current situation in Nigeria and I don't want to say the outrage.
Yes.
I would rather say the uproar that has followed the newest CBN policy about money. So in case you're unaware or you haven't seen it yet, know that from January 9, 2023, you can no longer withdraw more than 100,000 naira a week.
Over the counter.
Over the counter.
Yeah.
And then, 2, you can no longer withdraw more than 20,000 naira from POS. Wow. So any POS transaction that you want to do must not exceed 20,000 naira. Number 3, ATMs will no longer dispense any naira notes that is over 200 naira. So you remember that stuff that...
Sorry, 4 Sundays, Revs and Runway at TBS by 2 p.m. Thank you. You can continue.
And you know that stuff that the...
and yes, I'll be showcasing as well.
5.
The Revs and Runway, 5.
Yes, the Revs and Runway, yes. So come and spend what's left of your naira notes there.
And 6, it's time for the weather.
We're super excited to bring you our weekly dose of DIY, basically do it yourself. And as usual, we have Oyin Onorinde with us this morning. How are you doing today, Oyin?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. So what are we learning today?
Okay, so today we're going to be doing DIY on your basic deep conditioning products. So we're going to be doing something very exciting today.
Okay.
So if you are a kind of person that's, you know, you don't like to go to the salon, or if you find yourself in a situation whereby you are out of your, you know, your conditioner, what you can do is, you know, just get some product together and you're good to go with your conditioner.
So what products are we looking at and how do we work on it?
Okay, today we're going to be looking at 2 basic products, very easy to use, easy to go. We're going to be looking at your natural yogurt and your natural honey.
Honey, nah.
Yeah, honey.
Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started.
All right.
Without further ado.
So basically what we need is your natural yogurt.
Okay.
And your natural honey. So we're going to be mixing up together with this. So natural yogurt is the major ingredient for this.
Yes. As much. Let me help you with that.
All right. So we're going to need your measurements, right? Okay. You're going to be needing your measurements. So this is a tablespoon and is also equals to 15 ml of your measuring cup. If you have like a drug that you're not using anymore, you could use that. Or you could use your tablespoon. And so you get 15 ml for this. So I'm going to be using 2 tablespoons of my natural yogurt.
Okay.
So I'm going to be pouring right here in the cup.
Okay.
That's
I see
2.
Victoria wants to have a taste of that. It's going into the hair.
Right. So, and I'm going to be having 1 tablespoon of honey.
Okay.
So that's all I need. So don't do more than that.
Okay.
So I'm going to be mixing together.
Okay.
So if you have like an ice cream plastic, you could just use that to mix up together in a little cup. You know, the natural yogurt is the major ingredient here. It's full of, it has a lot of proteins. You know.
So what's the purpose of the honey then?
Okay, the purpose of the honey is an humectant, you know, is an emollient. It has all the things that helps to, you know, condition the hair. It helps to soften the hair. So that's, and it also has
It also has?
Yes, it also has a natural product. It has a natural thing that helps to, you know, helps the hair to look lush.
Okay.
And shining.
Okay.
So that's why we're going to be using.
So it adds luster to the hair.
Yes,
okay, let's show how
it has luster in the hair.
This.
Okay, so basically for this is a very long hair.
Okay.
So I'm just going to be applying, and mind you.
Do you need me to hold it for you?
Yes, okay. I won't mind. Mind you, you can also use this on your natural hair as well.
Okay.
So you can use this on your natural hair, or you can also use it on your wigs as well.
Okay.
So you just, you know, take
yogurt
and rub off on your hair.
Are you supposed to wash it afterwards?
Yes, you're going to wash this afterwards.
Okay.
So like if you are applying this on your natural hair, you need to ensure that if you're allergic to milk, you could try this on your
On your skin?
On your skin before you apply it on your natural hair.
Okay.
But if you're applying on your wig, then it's fine.
Okay.
You don't need to do any kind of test.
So another thing I'm curious about, is it sweetened or unsweetened yogurt?
It's unsweetened.
So it has to be unsweetened?
Yes, it has to be unsweetened. Well, you can use sweetened or unsweetened, whichever way.
As long as it's
natural. Yes, as long as it's natural yogurt. It's not necessary for you to have it unsweetened.
So some of us, I was going to say, so some of us don't have that time. Can we just pour it?
Pour, exactly.
You literally took it out of my thoughts.
Yes. So you can actually pour off.
How long will it take?
Well, it could...
Can you bend your head? I want everyone to see what this looks like.
Right.
Thank you.
So you just do a little bit of massage on your hair, as you can see.
Strand by strand.
Strand by strand.
Do you brush while you're at it?
No, you don't brush. If you brush, your hair can fall out. So you don't need to brush. So you put more of this all over the hair. And you can also use this technique for your straight hair as well.
Okay.
But
yeah. So what you do is when you fix it, you wash it after how many minutes?
Like after 30 minutes.
After 30 minutes.
Yes, you need to wash it.
And then you brush it out?
Yes, after that, you don't brush it up. You just, shake
it.
Leave it, and then once it's a little bit damp, then you can brush it off with your big comb.
Okay, so with that, we've come to the end of our DIY segment today. This is something really interesting, especially for those wondering how they can condition their hair.
Right.
It's always a good thing to know how to do it yourself. Of course, salon treatment is always different. So washing it off, you use your shampoo?
Yes, use a mild shampoo. So once it's done, let's say 30 minutes, you use a mild shampoo to wash off.
Okay. Cold or warm water?
Well, you can use both. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. If it's on a wig, you could use warm water.
Okay.
But then if it's on your natural hair, you could use cold water so that your pores doesn't open up.
So shampoo, you don't need conditioner since you just conditioned, right?
Yes, since we just conditioned, you don't really need to put a conditioner. So that's about our...
So that's it for our DIY segment today. I'm sure you've been able to learn a thing or two. Right now, however, we have to take a break. To stay with us is Wake Up Nigeria.
Still here, right here on Wake Up Nigeria. So much more happening here right about now. I'm really excited because I have really interesting guests right here with me. I have Jackie and Gabby and Ruyi, right, from My Dog and I, here to talk to me about the Lagos Dog Carnival happening on Saturday. Yes. How are you guys doing?
Woo, we're fine. We're happy to be here.
I'm happy, I'm happier than y'all.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, you're welcome. I love Ruyi already. No disrespect to y'all. Hi, Ruyi, how you doing?
This is good.
Okay, so now tell me about My Dog and I. So where did all of this start from and why?
Oh, My Dog and I is all about creating a dog lovers community in Nigeria. Pet ownership and dog ownership is becoming a trend and more accepted in Nigeria.
Very true.
And with the state of the topic we're discussing about mental health, people are falling back to owning pets, for companionship. So there comes My Dog and I to aid people, dog dads, dog moms, to understand how to take care of these pets, their needs, their wants, and to become, better pet parents, dog parents.
Yes. Amazing. So how long has My Dog and I been up for?
It's been on for 6 years now.
6 years? Yes. Okay, see, you know what? I love it when I see people do things that are unconventional, and then that is literally is non-profit, right? You're just doing this for like social work and all that, and it makes a whole lot of sense. I've always wanted to own a pet, but somehow, I've just never gotten there. So now, Gabby, help me. People like me that know fine, dogs literally make us happy, but then again, owning one seems so challenging and so tasking. Can you help us run through how to make that process maybe a little bit easier?
Well, owning pets generally is therapeutic. So we always advise for people to have pets because they love unconditionally. And you just need this type of love in a community where people are not really looking out for each other, but animals are just always there for you. And as a non-dog lover, becoming a dog lover is you just have to try. It's step by step, little by little. We don't force. We can't just come and say, "Oh, you must have a dog." We'll just introduce you little by little. Depending on different breeds. For first-time owners. There are some breeds that you can't use for.
Okay, now talking about breeds. Now let's go a little bit into that. So now, do you believe dogs match personalities?
Oh yes.
Okay, so just give me a little more on that.
There are different breeds that match your personality or suits your standard of living. You know, some breeds are more expensive to own. Some breeds are, you know, good for apartments. If you're living in an apartment, if you don't have yard, a yard for them to run around. So you have to choose a breed according to your lifestyle. What suits your life. If you make the mistake of choosing a breed that doesn't suit your lifestyle, you go crazy. Okay. And you will lose it. You might just end up not liking dogs because the dog doesn't match your lifestyle.
Oh, wow. Are you serious? Okay, now I never knew that part. I just thought, I mean, I see a dog, I like the dog, and I take it. Yeah, I'm sure people that take in stray dogs and things like that. Yeah. Okay, so now tell me about Rui. So now, how old is she? I love her too. How old is she, and like, what is she like? What's her personality like?
Wow, Rui is a handful. Let me start with that. But that's because she's 10 months. She's still a baby. So she's still growing. She's still learning. You know, when we just got her, she was adopted. When we just got her, she was all over the place. She was not potty trained at all. Okay. But, you know, it's been a process. But she's learning. She's learning. She's a very sweet dog. She's very sweet girl. She's very playful. She's very accommodating.
Yeah. So now she's just for me she's shy.
No, she's not shy. I'm actually keeping on his short leash. That's why. So, but she's very playful. She's very playful. Yes. She's someone that if I let her off this leash, she's going to play with everybody.
Everybody.
Yes, and she's not in any way aggressive.
No. Oh, nice.
We always preach no aggressive dogs.
No aggressive dogs. So is there a point? How do we do that? How do we get to a point of getting dogs to not be aggressive? Because the truth is, right, at least growing up, generally we saw dogs as, at least growing up for me, they help with security, right? We want dogs to attack strangers when they're attacking you or something like that. So how do we get them from their, what I will refer to as their natural, will I say instincts, mood, to being nice and charming?
Okay, so that's one of the narratives that my dog and I is trying to change. Is the fact that dogs are not just supposed to be at the guard house or at the gate house or in the cage. Dogs are companions. They live in-house with us. They live on the sofa, on the bed. They watch TV with us. So when you bring a dog into the house, it's more of domestication than keeping it outside there. So that aggressive nature normally dies down.
Oh, nice. Makes sense. So let's quickly breeze over very quickly what's happening on Saturday.
Okay, so on Saturday, we're having Lagos Dog Carnival, the 4th edition.
Amazing.
Themed Splash of Colors.
Splash of Colors?
Yes, Splash of Colors, very interesting. And dogs are going to walk the runway.
Ooh!
Yes, colored in rainbow, green, orange.
Okay.
Yes, and they're going to win awards.
Oh my God.
It's going to be interesting.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Where again?
Lekki is happening at number 18 Wole Olateju Street off Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1.
Amazing. Definitely. I definitely should be. I think seeing that alone is going to make me happy.
Yes. No, you must be happy.
You must be happy. Amazing. Thank you so much, Jackie and Gabby, for coming. And of course, Rui. Lovely, lovely meeting you. Hope to see you guys there on Saturday. So make sure you join us. Make it a date. We'll be there.
And we are back
to the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen.
Welcome, Maureen.
Please, I made this. It's me that made it too.
Wow, you?
Just that 1 million that's flying around. Just remember me on that day. I personally.
But the day is like every day. The day is every day. You can get a Lush hair promo.
You can see there's Lush hair that's on my head.
Definitely.
So we can points are counting.
No, I want to be sure we're eligible. Because later now you say friends and family are not.
No.
I say we are friends or
Please, I'm not. I don't know you. Do I know you?
So we are eligible.
You are eligible once you get a promo pack and you follow the steps required to assessing the amazing prices.
Amazing. Okay, so we have our chef here.
Chef Waila. Okay. Right. And this morning she's made for you small chops.
Oh.
I know we all love our small chops.
Definitely.
So in there we have our corn dogs, we have samosa, spring rolls, puff puff.
Yes.
Right.
What's your favorite? Chicken. We have some chicken.
That's puff puff. That's chicken. That's
what's your favorite?
Sprinkled on it.
Actually, yes, that's sesame seeds. I'm a recent fan of sesame seeds.
Oh, great. Okay. Well done, Waila. Well done.
How does that taste?
Still trying to take it all in. Right.
You know, ladies, you know.
Yeah, you need to. I don't talk table manners.
True.
We can't wait to hear from her. So, what's your take on it?
I actually love it. It's not, it's not,
will I say, filled with so much spices. It's very mild. And it's really soft.
Oh, nice. Great. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, we also know you love the soft life, which is why you always tune in every day.
Nice one, Mary.
Watching Wake
Nice
Up
one.
Nigeria.
Nice one.
Tomorrow's
The TT
delicacy.
spirit.
What are you guys talking about?
Thank you, Wailas. You have been amazing today.
You've done amazing. This basket of goodies
is following me.
I don't understand. Thanks.
This one wants 1 million naira from Lusher.
You join us tomorrow morning, right? 7 a.m. bright and early on TVC.
Bye-bye.
Come here.
Have an amazing day.